Day, everyone. Welcome back to the Dirty Pat Walsh channel here on YouTube with me, your host, Dirty Pat Walsh. How's it going, everybody? I hope you're doing well. High stepping into Monday. So we're going back to 1991, Oakville, Ontario, at the Dunkin' Donuts on Kerr Street. I don't know if I ever mentioned that it was a Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts was not a popular franchise in Ontario. Uh, ours ours was kind of the pilot, you know. Um, like I worked in the only Dunkin' Donuts in Ontario at that time. There's Dunkin' Donuts all over Quebec, but that's really the only place in Ontario or in Canada that you find them. Um, you know, my boss Daryl, the all American Daryl, he would always come in and he'd always come in, pour himself a cup of coffee, and just be like, "Love that smooth just like the tip. Like he was like a coffee commercial every day I saw him. It was stupid. Um, yeah. Anyhow, there, I worked there for a year. Um, it was a very interesting year. Um, I still have more stories. I just haven't had a lot of time to think about good ones this week. I've been very busy because I had a birthday and all that shit. Um, but there came a time when I had to quit, and so I did quit. And my boss asked me what I was doing, why I was quitting. And I said, well, he was very sad I was leaving. He was like, Patrick, we love you. You're like family. We'd love you to stay. And I had to go. I said I have to move and do what I need to do in life. And he asked me what I wanted to do, and I was like, well, I'm moving to Peterborough to be a folk musician. And he thought that was a pretty wacky plan, but he wished me all my good luck in it, right? And here I am today, still living the dream. Um, Now they hired a guy to replace me. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna call him Rico because I think that might have been his name. Um, no, wait, it was either Rico or Roger. I can't remember. I'm gonna call him Rico. Um, and how Rico started, and Rico was kind of one of those guys from the east end of Oakville. He was like a rich kid. There was a huge like contingent of very wealthy um, Italian people out in the east end of Oakville. No hate, and this is not hate against Italian people at all. No disrespect meant at all. Um, but they used to call them. There's like a like there's like a youth gang kind of them. Everybody had their cliques, right? Like I was in the punk rockers when there was like the skinheads and the metalers and the whatever. The there was a gang that's formed called the Untouchables. They stole bikes. That was their whole deal. Um, and but the boys out in East Oakville called themselves the Genos, and and like they all had a look. They wore a lot of like chains, like a lot of gold. Um, they all had like the Jerry curl hair, like the hair was like slicked and dripping, kind of nasty. Um, trying. They had a style about them that amongst their circles, I'm sure looked really sharp, but it wasn't my style at all, um, and neither was the attitude my style. Very alpha male, very very I he was there. I was there to train him, and he just wouldn't listen to what I said. He's like, I got this, I got this. And but when it came to serving customers, I'd be doing. He'd be sitting there, and I'd be doing all the work, kind of thing. He was kind of a bitch. Um, but anyhow, I thought, well, this guy's a real jerk off. So what I thought I was gonna do is I was gonna teach him. Now I devised all these little scams, or a couple little scams to get free food, free money. I worked out this way to, like, I could bump this stick I had with the ruler. It was like a ruler. I could bump it with my stomach, and it would pop a key, like pop a thing underneath the cash register and make it look like I made a transaction, but I actually didn't. It was like a no sale. Um, anyway, that's how I got cigarette money and stuff like that. I was scamming them, and I actually had a pretty good thing going. I can't remember it all right now, but I always had like I'd always make off with a few apple fritters and a pocket full of change for cigarettes, and stuff like that. So I said, well, this guy's such a fucking dumbass. I'm gonna show him my scams and give him enough rope to kill himself. And so I showed him what I did. I said, hey, you seem like a cool guy. Let me show you a couple tricks I have here. And so I showed him. And anyhow, so a couple weeks later, I went back to the donut shop. I was still in town for like a month after I got off the donut shop, I think, or 2 weeks or something like that. I don't know. I went back to give my final goodbyes to Daryl and the crew, right? And I was like, how's Rico doing? Like the guy who replaced me. How's Rico doing? Daryl was like, oh, that little bastard. He tried stealing money from us. He tried swiping, like we were allowed to eat a donut, but not allowed to take a bag of donuts home. He was like scamming food. He was scamming money. Yeah, we let him go like just the other day, and I was like, gotcha, you know. But yeah, that was definitely a fun way to you know deal with that problem. And yeah. Anyhow, yeah. So sorry, I haven't had a good. I don't know. Maybe that's a good story. Maybe it isn't. But that's all I got. And then we're almost 10 minutes in this video, so I'm gonna quit yakking about the donut shop. I hope you're all good and well. I've had a really wonderful few days here. You know, it's now I gotta wash a whole shitload of dishes, and maybe buy some things that we used up. But yeah. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for my new subscribers. I hope you make it to the end of this video. If you're a new subscriber and you make it to the end of this video, leave a comment saying, hey, I made it to the end. All right. Be well, stay free, have a wonderful day, everybody.